Well, I gotta make an announcement, man. Business is booming, and we back up, ladies and gents. Now, before I explain to you why, I am trying to hit 3,500 subs before the end of the week. Need about 450 more people to do so. And if you don't hit that subscribe button, man, something very inconvenient will happen to you, man. Not too inconvenient to ruin your day, just to ruin, your mood for the next couple hours, such as your charger just stops working for some reason, or your annoying coworker just keeps messing with you. Yeah, I hate for something inconvenient to happen to you. So, and I would too. So hit that subscribe button for your boy. Now, CM Punk, man, he looks happy as ever. He looks so refreshed. He looks in great shape, and I'm all here for it. He honestly, he understood the assignment. He seen what you guys were saying about his Monday Night Raw promo, and he came back with some fire, man. This is his second promo. This is his third appearance in 2 weeks on WWE, television, and he came back with some fire, man. He gave y'all some slick shots. Not even some slick shots at all. He gave y'all the PG Punk, I should say. And now this time, he came with some shots at AEW. One on top of my head, I remember how it came up about working with Kevin Owens. If you don't know, Kevin Owens' recent gimmick has been like a kind of a comedy gimmick of punching Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in the face. Now, it came up about working with Kevin Owens, and he said him and Kevin Owens have a lot in common because in 2023, you aren't supposed to punch people in the face backstage. Obviously, a wink, wink, nudge, nudge at the whole incidents going on with AEW. He mentioned like he built up he basically planned out his next 2 years with Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, everybody basically but Drew McIntyre. And I don't know what that's about. Maybe I don't want to think too much about it because he will be on Monday Night Raw. And we also don't know what's the deal with Drew McIntyre, so we don't even know if he's going to be here next year. So, that kind of makes sense, I guess. But with CM Punk, this is just, he looks happy, man. And he was on NXT tonight. He was shared a ring with Shawn Michaels. They went off script. They are just letting bygones be bygones. So much to the fact that, like, CM Punk had a Bret Hart hoodie on, man. It's like CM Punk said, it's all about healing. And as someone who's a big fan of this man, big fan of Shawn Michaels, big fan of CM Punk, big fan of Triple H, big fan of Bret Hart, it pleases me to see all of this just be healed and things be just done for the greater good or just for the audience in general. If like it feels like this is one of the reasons as a fan, you pay attention, and it feels like I'm being rewarded for being a fan. And I'm speaking selfishly because over the past few years, man, it's been hard for me to be a fan. My two favorite wrestlers, CM Punk, Bray Wyatt, they've been through hell the last 2 years, and Bray Wyatt is no longer with us. And even before then, he dealt with losing one of his best friends. He dealt with losing his job. He dealt with the terrible booking. And when he came back, he dealt with the heart issues, and he dealt with the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, and CM Punk and everything he dealt with it with WWE and AEW over the last 10 years. And, although I can't have Bray Wyatt, he got his moment when he came back and he gave that speech, and he had that awesome entrance or not entrance, but return at Extreme Rules 2022. And although CM Punk did have the amazing debut at AEW, I think that kind of got counteracted with all the backstage nonsense that was going on. And it feels like this run, he's just enjoying it. When he first debuted with AEW, it was kind of like, all right, let's get to work. This one, it seems like it's being slowly built up, and it seems like he's enjoying himself. And maybe because it was 2-3 years ago that I don't necessarily remember, but I've never seen CM Punk this happy, bro. He seems at peace, bro, and I love it. And who knows how long it'll last, because who knows when those road dates start coming back. And, I do think eventually there will be a problem backstage because everybody's human. Roman Reigns has been in backstage problems. Seth Rollins, everybody. I don't know anybody who hasn't been in a backstage issue, hasn't had a backstage issue. But I believe CM Punk is in a peaceful place. He's somewhere with structure. He's somewhere where he doesn't have to be a locker room leader. Even though I do think he wants to be one eventually. I do think he did want to be one. I think he would rather just enjoy the wrestling space at this time. And somebody brought up him being like a successor to Shawn Michaels, and I hope that for him, bro. I think him bringing in the next generation has always been something that meant a lot to him. Even when he was the champion, he thought about Zack Ryder, he thought about Dolph Ziggler. You know, he worked with NXT. He worked with Seth Rollins when he had the blonde part in his hair and he was the NXT World Champion. He his first match was with Darby Allin in AEW. Then he worked with MJF. He didn't work with Hook, but you know, the Send Hook meme was invented by CM Punk. Correct me if I'm wrong. He worked with the Powerhouse Hobbs. He worked with the Warlords, you know? So I do think that would be the ultimate destination for him in NXT, would be for him to work in NXT with Shawn Michaels. And, you know, I just want that man to be happy. And selfishly, I want him to be on TV. But even if it's not on TV, if it's behind the scenes, I want him to be happy. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. People are trying their best to make this something negative, like when he did bring up the backstage issue, or the whole joke when he made a joke about punching people in the face in 2023. The crowd didn't necessarily respond. No, they did respond. They just didn't respond right away. You know, I guess it took them a second to get it. I think a lot of the fans didn't even understand it because it was a tribute to the Troop Show. Maybe that wasn't the audience to necessarily get that joke off, but to act like there was no reaction to it is just nonsense. There was definitely a reaction to it. They definitely they started chanting his name after. It wasn't just a regular like chant. It was like a pop, you know, as if he just entered the ring. So they got a reaction. Again, was it necessarily the best audience to tell that joke to? Probably not. But CM Punk definitely has a problem with tone deaf. He's definitely tone deaf sometimes. Like, you know, such as the Raw promo, such as coming out late. Oh, and he also made a mention to like, oh, y'all can chant my name all y'all want. You know, my time won't be cut short this time. So it's he's in the 9 o'clock hour. He's not the main event. So yeah, I think it's just amazing, and I'm trying to live the moment. When Jeff Hardy first returned to WWE in 2017, I didn't necessarily enjoy it. It was just like, okay, he's back, cool. Well, even when CM Punk was in AEW, I didn't necessarily get to enjoy it. But this one, I'm watching every move. I'm watching every Instagram post. I'm watching every promo package. I'm watching it all. I keep checking WWE Twitter to make sure they ain't changed their headline, man. I'm just enjoy it, man. Whether just don't overthink it. Just enjoy it, man. But again, I am trying to hit 400 or 3,500 subs before the end of the week. Need about 450 more people to do so. Hate for something inconvenient to happen to you. It won't if you hit that subscribe button, man. Have a beautiful night. Not too beautiful because kids are expensive. Sub to Act. Peace. Like the video, by the way. Peace.